Happy New Year, Aquarius. This is the year that you yourself become the revolution. It's not just any old year. This is a year when you step into your own power and you're not scared of showing it to the world. But let me tell you, in January and February, the North Node, that karmic point, is moving through your finance sector, has been for a while. Saturn and Neptune are getting ready to depart that area. So what it means is that just as on an account balance sheet, we see the red and the black, we see here maybe some past karma catching up with you, some resources and income issues that have to be worked out. This is a resources, communication and identity awakening. So, the South Node in Virgo in your 8th house shows us where you may be thoughtless about some aspect of your life. This 8th house has to do with the resources of other people, banks, credit cards, your retirement plan. All of these areas need very, very careful analysis and investigation. You're likely to run roughshod over these questions and later regret not paying more attention to the detail. Jupiter continues its transit through the zodiac sign of Cancer. This is your 6th house of work, health and daily routine. And let me tell you, Jupiter's expansive and often seen to be overly excessive. So it's quite likely you've been working too hard and not giving yourself that time out, that TLC that you deserve. Your health routines can improve, but you've got to find that sweet spot, the balance between work and pleasure. On January 26th, Neptune enters Aries, and Aries for you is strongly associated with communication, the way you speak to other people. For the time of January to around February, you might find that thinking and communication is a little bit muddled. Neptune has a tendency to, blur the edges. When Saturn marches into Aries on February 13, that blurriness will come into focus like a Leica lens on an SLR camera. You see, Saturn brings everything down to earth. It's structure. So your thinking is going to become more structured. Your communication is going to become more structured, and you may restrict yourself in terms of the time you spend traveling from place to place. The 3rd house has to do with short journeys. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction takes place on February 20, and this is an amalgamation of ideals with practicality. This only happens once every 36 years, and so whatever you're going to do at this time shows a much more practical and responsive outcome because of Saturn. The vision that you have can be manifest through your discipline, your concentration, that focus. It's abstract contemplation brought down into the real world. There's an eclipse in February. Before we even get to March, the annular solar eclipse takes place in Aquarius, your sun sign. This is an important transit because it relates to how you present yourself to the world around you. The sun, of course, has to do with your willpower, your personality, and your character. So now you can see that this is activating all of these aspects of your life. And of course, that sun sign has to do with your body. The way you present yourself, fashion, the way you speak, we talked about the communication, all of these new elements in your being are emerging. Pay attention to what shifts around this date. There's new self-awareness, sudden changes in your appearance, opportunities to step into a more authentic version of yourself. In March to May, the intimacy, release and creative revolution takes place. Another eclipse, this time a lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 3rd, falls in your 8th house of shared resources. This is going to bring you into deep contact with any psychological issues that have been hiding in the shadows for years. Financial, emotional and sexual issues are all bound up in these complexes that you must work on and work through. It's a therapeutic process. The eclipse will release the need for perfect understanding of these psychological dynamics. And you'll be analyzing it until you get to the heart of the problem. Once that's done, you'll be free of it. Jupiter will continue working on the health sector throughout this period, and you will have established some new routines that actually support your revolutionary spirit. On March 20, we find the spring equinox is going to emotionally liberate you. Uranus enters Gemini at that time as well, and Gemini for you is all about love affairs, creativity. Expect some spontaneous moves on your part and maybe even from others. That takes place around April 25th, 26th. In this sector, expect electric freedom, which is really your signature, right? You want to be free, you want to be unconventional, you want to have your own ideas, and you want to be respected for that. You could have some sudden creative breakthroughs in this fifth house as well. But if you've got kids, there could be some stuff you have to work through with them, some unexpected issues that arise, and you'll have to be thinking on your feet at this time. In June to July, the great pivot takes place. Jupiter enters Leo, the seventh house of marriage. If you're at a marriageable age and haven't been married, this is a beautiful period for you to find the person of your dreams. This is a way of expanding your relationships if you're already in a relationship. If you're married, this heralds a 12-month period where the relationship can grow much stronger. The North Node enters your sun sign on July 26. This also has an impact on your relationships, yourself, and how you and your partner work through problems together. There's a growth taking place right now, but hopefully, fingers crossed, your partner's on the same path, working towards their own spiritual development as well. If that's the case, your relationship is going to become very, very fulfilling throughout 2026. In August, there's eclipse amplification. The total solar eclipse in Leo on August 12th again is in the seventh house of marriage. So that's when things really hot up for you. New partnerships emerge. People who can handle your full frequency are able to be dealt with. And you're releasing old relationship patterns at this time. A few weeks later, there's another partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. That's the financial sector. And that brings a closure to some of the resources and self-worth issues that have been hanging around your mind. This has been developing since the early part of 2025. So, in September to December, we see an integration and revolutionary expression with that Jupiter continuing to expand your partnerships. And by the way, Aquarius, this is perfect if you're looking to get into business with someone. If you've got some concerns or reservations about the people you meet, Jupiter normally ensures that those people are honest. They come from a level of integrity that you can trust. Uranus in Gemini, as I said, revolutionizes your creativity and your romance throughout this period, and you're feeling much more comfortable expressing yourself freely. Saturn and Neptune continue their dance in your third house, and they will continue there till the end of the year. The communication style will be a beautiful blend of psychic or mystical insight and practical, structured delivery. This is excellent if you're planning to give talks, you're in training, or some sort of mediation field. These planets will work wonders for you. Pluto in Aquarius, your sun sign, is really doing a lot of heavy work there, and because it's at the deepest level, sometimes you may not even be aware of what's going on. But rest assured, you'll start to see by the end of the year the sort of changes that have taken place as a result of this powerful cleansing planet. The year's ultimate message for you is that you're cracking through your identity through different layers, multiple layers that have been sitting there hiding your true self. The first half of the year focuses on building your personal resources and also intimacy patterns and shared financial dependencies. Now, the eclipse in your sun sign in February is the first activation, and the universe will show you that you're ready to step into much more fulfilling relationships than you have in the past. The North Node in your sign puts you in a position where you're much more comfortable being yourself in relationship. You don't have to put masks up or to somehow adjust and accommodate the other person so much. So you're feeling freer, you're feeling more comfortable, and that is why I said earlier your relationships are due for some really, really positive uplift throughout 2026. This is a wonderful year for you. I'm looking forward to telling you more month by month. Join me on the same channel here. Take care. Enjoy the new year. Look forward to your company soon. Bye-bye.